Butterfly Ceremony. The hook is I don't expect you to want to be bothered to come along to a meeting with him. Would you? Said the professor. The professor in the beginning was he would be described, I guess, was as like an old creepy man. Because there's like a lot of girl nurses and a lot of girl doctors. But he was one of the main doctors. And he was just really, really sus throughout the whole novel. And just really didn't make sense because you have to work with these people. You can't just be by yourself alone in the corner researching because you're all working on the same thing. But yeah, they were sent to the Choplin Library, and when they showed up, they described it as a big old spooky castle that was on the street with just abandoned buildings, and it was just not in the right place. And they did some research on it before they went to it, and there was something called the Dark Credence, where it was not necessarily a cult, but it was kind of like just a cursed place. That's what was online when they had searched it up. So they got there and they were researching, and then they were just kind of tired of researching, and then they wandered off into the library, which the library has a weird structure. It's like a castle, but it's a library. Like it's kind of a house. I don't know how to explain it. But downstairs there was a clear like box room, like a soundproof room. And it had like benches, it said it had trees. It was like a mini park in just a box. The room was very dark. There was two kids sitting inside of it, and you can't really hear them, and they were just distraught, you know. They just really didn't look like they had any feeling in them, and yeah. Then after they find that out, they find the key, because there was a key hidden in the kitchen. They found a tunnel leading out. Um, they found a tunnel leading out of a misplaced cabinet in the kitchen. It was like alone by itself. It was like alone by itself and high on top of a shelf. It said, but yeah, they went through it. It was kind of like, I don't know if it was like a slide or it was like just a chute where they shot like straight down, something like that. Pretty sure that's what it said. And while they were going down the chute, I guess they lost the key, and they landed in that same clear, darkish room with those two kids. And they didn't really talk, but they did like hand motions, and just very odd. But they were pointing at their arms and their legs that they were just chained up. They couldn't go nowhere. They were looking around for the key, and then one of the kids found the key on the floor. And they unlocked themselves, but then one of the kids with a very raspy voice kind of said like, if we go outside, there's two guards who will kill us, and they will just not let us out of the building, which is very weird because this building was constructed at least like 300 years ago, and these two kids are alone in a house by themselves with the two guards. It's just kind of odd. And then they found out, well, Dr. Perslov, he found out what the Dark Credence actually was. And it wasn't really a cult. It was like a song that was played. And they were looking back at the files, and it was documented that it was supposed to be checked out before to be demolished. But I guess it was never documented that it was like a failed demolishment or something like that. And the three groups of people who were supposed to like examine it to be demolished never really came back. And the whole street, oh my bad, the whole library, oh my gosh, the library that was on the street. All of the other buildings had been demolished, but not that one because no one can ever go inside it. And it said like it was just all cursed. Whoever went inside, and once the music started playing, they were just killed by these two kids. And I guess maybe 50 years ago, someone went in there and chained them up, but they never made it out. I have no clue. But then towards the end of the book, one of the last nights, they found, well, it was first the nurse, one of the girl nurses. She woke up and she tried getting her food ready for the day. And she walked in the room with the glass box, the soundproof box, and she found one of the doctors dead, and she found both of the guards slain to death, and the door was open and the chains were broke. Then once she tried warning all the other doctors and nurses and researchers, the music started playing and they didn't know what in the world it was because they'd never heard it. But then one of the other nurses, she had been killed because, I don't know, she just didn't wake up in time, or she was by herself because everyone was downstairs in the glass box just trying to see what happened. And and yeah. No, I'm still going. And then
Take one or take two.
I'm on take one right now. And then my personal connection is the monster / demon related to the little boy from Insidious, because he loved to stalk people and he loved music a lot. But yeah. This book wasn't a crazy level of reading that you needed to really comprehend what happened. It was just really weird and slow. By I would say halfway through the book, I really understood and realized what was happening through the book. Her writing style, it was pretty normal. She just liked to include a lot of letters and ancient book pages, and just a lot of different things. My recommendation, I would recommend this book to people who like paranormal activities and a lot of music related topics, because if you really like music, I don't think you'll really like it. I would say you would have to have a more advanced understanding of mysteries, unlike me, because I don't really know a lot about mysteries, but you would understand the gist more often and more earlier in the book. I didn't really hate the book, but I didn't like the book. It was alright. Like I said, it was slow, and not until later in the book you would actually understand what is happening. And yeah.